Study warns, we could melt the entire Greenland ice sheet if we don't change course. If you thought the heat wave-induced melting of last week was alarming, wait until you hear the long-term projections for its ice sheet. Published Wednesday in Science Advances finds that if emissions continue to climb at their current rate, all of Greenland's ice could melt by the year 3000, causing sea levels to rise 23 feet and redrawing coastlines around the world. On timescales the researchers arrived at their grim findings by using supercomputers to run ice sheet models out to the end of the millennium. They looked at the findings show the stark choices we have before us today. Under the optimist, Penn State glaciologist Richard Alley, who wasn't involved with the paper, called it impressive in an email to Earther. Of particular importance, the authors have used the greatly improved data sets that have been collected over Greenland, and run a good model with quite high resolution to capture what the details in those better data mean for the ice sheet, Alley said. No one model is. Glaciologist Matthew Morliam of the University of California, Irvine, who also wasn't involved, also praised the study's use of the latest data sets, including data on the topography of Greenland's bedrock, an important factor controlling how glaciers recede. He found this kind of a long-term view may feel esoteric, but 1,000 years is nothing in geologic time, and the reality that one of our planet's vast ice sheets could be lost that quickly speaks to just how profound of an impact we're having. But lead study we do not have to follow the RCP 8.5 path and lose the Greenland ice sheet, Ashwandon wrote in an email to Earther. Our actions over the correction due to a typo. This article originally stated that sea levels could rise to 5 feet by 2022. The correct date was search for location/city.
Raindrop, truck top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that.